So welcome back. In this video we will look at the user rights management. So there is an app rights app that has been sort of defined. So it is like /rights, right? So it is available. So you can go select the organization. So in this case I have because I have only Varam as the data fiduciary, I can choose that, and I can data principal ID for now. Let's say I'm like my principal ID is Satish at TSI. So there is a dummy OTP, so which is 1234. This is just for testing purposes. Yeah, I will also show you how you can switch this when you move to production, right? So I have these dummy and I am sort of logging in, and so as you can see I've logged in as this data principal Satish at TSI Consulting, and I get to see the consent, right? So this is the consent that was defined in my earlier previous policy creation. So we had on the policy we had defined the KYC, identity verification, credit assessment scoring as sort of mandatory. It's actually is a JSON setting. You on the examples, let me open up and show. So on the policy, when you say that the purpose, you can call it like mandatory, right? If you say mandatory, it means that without which you will not be able to offer the service in the first place. So you can define them like that. So I had defined for all of these as mandatory, because of which all of them are showing as mandatory. I can't do anything there. But now this promotional offers and new product is something that I can decide whether to give consent or not. Let's say for now I'm giving the consent and I'm saving my preference. It says okay, your consents preferences have been saved, and now when I look at my consent history, I get to see that I just now gave the consent and all the permissions have been granted. And if I want to withdraw one, let's say I want to withdraw the the promotional offers and new products, and I can do the withdraw. It says okay, now partial withdrawal, and if you see here, then you'll see that your promotional offers and new products have been withdrawn, right? So this is the this is how you do a partial withdraw. And so now when I do a partial withdraw, and you can also do a check status on the this one, it says okay, no active consent, but for all others this is the active consent. So this is how your consent manager sort of manages the way. I think when the data principal gives the consent manager stores them, and then when you try and retrieve, verify, then it sort of uses the permission, right? So this is the data principal, how this the rights management sort of works, right? So now once this is done, let's say see now if you see I don't have permissions for the promotional offers. So let me, for a moment, let's try and log in as a data processor. I have another demo for it. I have a consent verifier service. So if I just go there and plug in the okay, like a data processor, right? So I will use this credential Varam DP credentials. I'll use the API key and the secret, and I can give a data principal ID, which is Satish at TSI Consulting. The purpose definition is this one, right? So Varam borrower marketing offers, right? So because I sort of revoked access, so now when the data processor sort of looks at it, so it will get to see that there is no permission, right? So insufficient status is what you see, right? But however, if the data processor is checking for, let's say, loan servicing, it should actually get to see, right? Yeah, consent is active and sort of verifiable, right? So hope let me quickly summarize. So I logged in as a data principal, and I explicitly gave the consent, and then I sort of revoked withdrew consent for a particular purpose, and I sort of demonstrated using a data processor that the permissions access is available depending on the grant provided by the data principal. Yeah, so one quick last thing. So this is it's more this portal, this 1, 2, 3, 4 etc. is something that we had used for just for development purposes. However, if you are planning to use the same the rights management system for, let's say, for your small organization, you can go to the settings, and let me see, go to the settings here. There is a rights management app. See, the OTP delivery mode, if you see, I've set the default dummy OTP. You can choose to say email OTP, and then you can connect to a webhook which sends out the OTP, right? So you can give your organization right .com/OTP, whatever, right? And then you create a required OTP secret. You create it because you can use this for validation in your other service. So let's say my secret, right? And then then you can also define the message template, like your verification code is like this, right? So if you put it this way, so this so automatically it will call your webhook, send out the OTP, and then take the user to the login page, right? So the other bit is the PCA. There is a PCA QR code. Is the idea for PCA is like portable consent artifact. You can download it and keep it on your wallet. It's like a futuristic idea, but if you don't want that, you can disable that and you can save, right? So now when I do this, I get to I get to go to my privacy dashboard, and I choose Varam. Immediately it will understand that we have configured an email OTP, and it will ask you for the email, send OTP, and validate the OTP. So there is one other thing that you can do. I mean, like if you don't want the data principal to like select the different fiduciaries, and if you want to take the data principal directly to your fiduciary, one more thing that you can do. So on the dashboard, if you see, there is a fiduciary ID that has been displayed. So I can copy that, and on the URL, if I add FID equals that fiduciary ID, so it by default it will sort of show. So all you need to do is you need to direct the user to this the page with the fiduciary ID. When you do that, your organization is automatically displayed, right? So this is how you can sort of use this in your production environment. Hope this was helpful. Thank you.